Hello, everybody, and welcome to round 9 of the iGPFun Super Formula Lights League here from Laguna Seca tonight. It's our 4th last round of the season, and it is a chance for Ewan to extend this winning run of 3 in a row as he chases a championship here in the Super Formula Lights League. Going to be very exciting to watch, see how he and everybody else goes. With myself, Ian O'Leary, and Jim Cunningham in commentary for you here this Sunday night. Good to be back alongside you for this one, Jim. 4th last round of this series. Ewan looking to extend that run of wins, of course, but comes to a very, very difficult challenge in Laguna Seca coming up next. I happen to think these cars are very well suited to this track, a track that I find is normally quite difficult for overtaking, but these cars are relatively small. I think suit Laguna Seca rather well. It's going to be a challenge, but it's not going to feel like they're far too big, which some classes of cars certainly do when they come to Laguna Seca.
Yeah, good to be here with you, Ewan. Yeah, Laguna Seca, man. This is basically, as an American, one of those tracks that we grew up with. It's been in every racing game simulator since the beginning of this, of technology. I mean, I've always raced Laguna Seca as long as I can remember, going back to the earliest, games as a kid. This is a great track, and I 100% agree with you. I think that this is a track that suits these cars well. It goes back to the days when Indy cars used to race here, which they may still actually race here. I'm not sure, but back in the day, you could even pass through the corkscrew in Indy cars back in the day. So, yeah, I do think this is cars are well suited for this track, and but yet this track is still technically pretty tough. It's got some surprise corners that can catch you off guard and can wreak a little havoc if especially with a field this size. There's a lot of cars out there. So
yeah. 33 cars currently set times. We've got another 4 who are in the session who have not yet. And yeah, you're right, by the way. IndyCar has returned here in recent years. There was a gap of 15 years between 2004 and 2019 before it's back on the calendar again. Only missed 2020, I suspect for obvious reasons. But yes, it's back on the IndyCar calendar these days as well, and hosts a lot of real-world racing, actually, with the likes of IMSA and so on, also coming here every season. Of course, we're coming here for season 1 of 2026, and in the championship standings, it's been a very interesting season because Ewan has won so far 5 races of this season, but Nick Lagler is the championship leader, only having won once. He finished second 4 times, including the last 3 times in a row, so Ewan hasn't been able to particularly gain points on him. The gap, though, only 2 points now, with Max Bartolotta then in 3rd place. Brad Fulliger and Tony Jimenez are sharing 4th at the moment on 224. Chris Patel is next ahead of Robert Ridgway, Scott Taylor, Mehmet Emetarci, and Ludovic Ransform rounding out the top 10 in these standings. A little bit further down, as you can see, for the rest in the field. The only other winner in the season, Conor Wagner, is a very long way down here this season, outside the top 40 of this field. As we scroll down, these are the guys out of contention in terms of the Drivers' Championship over the course of this season. In the teams, RRS Elite are leading by 5 points in front of RRS Works. RRS Apex are next ahead of LR Competition. Then you've got Divana Corsa rounding out the top 5. Artendelia Red with Ewan pretty much flying the flag alone. Noah hasn't been contributing too many points to that recent times. 1 point further behind for Scuderia Racing Forces. Turkish iRacing Formula Team next ahead of Modern Racing Prince GP, and RS Seaman running at the top 10. It's pretty close in the team standings again, and we'll try and keep across both the drivers and team standings in these final 4 rounds. But what a fight last few weeks it has been here, Jim, with Annette winning and Nagler finishing 2nd place on every occasion. 3rd place has been a different driver throughout the Mosport, the Monza and Donington Park rounds of this championship in recent weeks, but those top 2 who were fighting for a championship have been 1 and 2 for a very long time now. Indeed, as I say, the last 3 weeks in a row, they've been 1 and 2. Absolutely neck and neck, these two in the championship.
Yeah, it's obviously Johan Annette is extremely tough to beat when he's here, unless he gets involved in some sort of incident. But just those two seem to be kind of running away with things, and then the rest of it's been just kind of a battle amongst guys. Fulliger, Patel, Bartolotta. There's been a Ridgway has had some good performances this year. It's been quite interesting, but the front two, I think it really comes down to how many events Annette's going to make this year or this season. If he's here, he seems to win. So it's getting quite interesting up there, though. But I will say it's always exciting, and we've seen some guys start to challenge him this season, where it's not quite as many runaways as it seemed to have been in the past. So yeah, it's been a good few weeks, that is for sure. Can this continue on? The two of them qualifying apart here in this session. Annette and Nagler, first and fourth at the moment. Not too many others actually still out there at the moment. In fact, Nicholas Rasmussen is the only one still out there for Alcantech in seventh position to end this session. We'll go through the full grid in a few moments' time, but as we said earlier, 33 drivers have set laps here in qualifying. For some reason, Simon Fessi has not been able to get any times in. He did 16 laps in this session, which is quite a lot, and didn't get a single lap on the board. I know it's easy to get a little bit wide and into an off-track round here, but yeah, that seems like he almost wanted to not put. You know what I mean? I mean, at 16 laps, that seems like he wanted to start at the back. I might be wrong about that, but that's just the way it appears, anyway.
Yeah, right, it might not be a bad theory. Let's have a look at the starting grid, shall we? Ready for round 9 of the iGPFun Super Formula Lights League tonight. And it is Annette with another pole position in front of Brad Fulliger. Here it's Annette's 6th pole of the season. In row 2, it's Tony Jimenez and Nick Nagler, the championship leader, starting from 4th, looking to restrict Annette again in terms of points. Chris Patel and Ewan Vimala next, ahead of Nicholas Rasmussen and Max Bartolotta, then on row 4, and rounding out the top 10. It's Robert Ridgway, excuse me, and Clark Williams. Mehmet Tassi is in 11th, ahead of Max Giacchino. Scott Taylor and Justin Fields round out an all-UK road 7. Paul LeMay continues that theme with a 15th place qualifying with Ben Goet next. And Wynn is in 17th alongside Mackenzie, and then Richard Van Veen and Dennis Cornu round out the top 20. Adam Townsmer and Gregor Hotola are next, ahead of Marcelo Caruso and Paul Distelli. Eddie Amos, 25th in front of Mark Heppel, all in the white there. Filippo Chiesi is next, ahead of Matthew Gracie, with Dorian Arroyo and Giovanni Solito rounding out the top 30. The last ones to set times here were Stuart Milne, Scott Edwards, and Max Altloffs. Simon Fessi, as we said, didn't set a time despite many attempts. And at the back, glad to say that Philip Lucas and Donald Calcutt are on the grid already. They will be racing from 35th and 36th. We'll see about Stefan Dodderer a little bit further down in the field. There is a penalty for Dodderer, who has been forced to skip qualifying. That's why he's at the back, but still question marks. And he is now racing. He's one of the last to grid up, but he is now racing. Fessi and Dodderer were both forced to skip qualifying, so that's why he's done 16 laps and not set a time. That's mystery right. Solved. They are banned from qualifying, so they'll be at the back and we'll be underway from the front in the iGPFun Super Formula Lights League here from Laguna Seca. Overcast conditions down in towards turn 1 for Johan Annette to sprint into the lead, and it's Fulliger into second, ahead of Jimenez in third, then Nick Nagler, who is next in line in 4th position, but he's side by side with Chris Patel, and this could be Nagler getting even further away from his championship rival, who is leading this race early, and Patel does slip in front. Nick Nagler, the championship leader, down to 5th here, and on the road, if results stay as they are, he would lose the championship lead tonight with 3 races to go.
Yeah, that good clean start there so far. A couple of guys with some slight off tracks, but good and clean. Yeah, he definitely does not want to lose pace to Johan Annette this early in the race, because you let Johan get out there in front, he's gone. That's just the way it seems to be. Somebody's got to get up there and challenge him early to hold on to him.
Well, exactly. Otherwise, he's absolutely going to be gone. Side by side, meantime, for Nagla as he gets back past Patel again. So there must have been a mistake through that final sector there from Chris Patel as he drops back behind Nagla, who's back up to 4th. And at the moment, Annette would still be leading the championship heading into next week. Oh, and spin! And a crash for Clark Williams, who gets on the power out of the final turn. And he spins into the wall, front nose going off. He's waiting to rejoin because the field keeps coming. And that is going to send Clark Williams to the back of this field.
Yeah, and I suspect to the pits as well, because that seemed to be a pretty good impact there. I got a feeling that's going to result in some damage.
That is a big time loss for Clark Williams as Amal holds off. Rasmussen and Patel now make contact. That's coming into the left-hander of turn 5. And they both end up in the sand. Dear oh dear, Rasmussen and Patel off the road after a little bit of contact there. It frees Nagla because they were not far behind the driver in 4th place. But unfortunately for those two, they drop a long way down the field.
Oh man, yeah, that's one of those turns here that is just it just catches you off guard. Some of these turns are kind of downhill and the car gets light and the car just wants to run off track. And as an American, I've got a lot of laps around this place, but I don't know, how well some of these guys may know this track. It is there's definitely a knack to driving this place for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, no question about that. And it does punish you for errors as well. Van Veen runs wide there as Cornu there was just defending him off. And Chris Patel able to take advantage and then take 17th place as a result. So he moves up and maybe he's going to take Cornu as well here. There he goes. So Patel not waiting around, but the damage might be done here in this race as far as he's concerned, because he is already a long way back. And Van Veen now is going to try and take advantage of that with Cornu. He can't quite get through. He goes wide, in fact, and Hoteler now is next in line. That's the thing with this series. There's always a driver behind you ready to pounce when you are, slightly offline like that. And that's the thing about these massive fields that we see in this series, and especially in the midfield. You just get groups that go on forever and ever, like we're seeing here.
Yeah, you can't. There's no room for an error here, especially in the first 10 laps of these races. You can't make a mistake. If you do, you're going to lose massive amount of spots. If even a little partial spin where you just catch it, you're going to lose 10, 15 spots.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's Patel grabbing another one back. He's making them up quick, I'll say that.
He is making them back up quick. I mean, he's already back to 10 spots lost from where he was at the beginning. So, yeah, it's about the right number. Rasmussen's lost even more, though. He's still at the back. This is Simon Fessy.
No, this is not going to be.
This is the final turn. He hangs back. So he was trying to do the smart thing here. And unfortunately, that's cost him there. As the two in front made contact and spun around, he had to go take avoiding action through the final turn there. That is a bit of a shame for Fessy, because he saw what was happening in front, backed away there as if to say, well, they're going to crash into each other, and in the end was right. It was Donald Cowcutt who was having a look down the inside here on the driver in front. Actually, Cowcutt didn't qualify coming from the back and just spins right in front of Fessy there.
Yeah, that's what is definitely unfortunate. You get, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the reason they were not allowed to qualify and placed at the back of the field was due to passing in the purple zone last week, which there was some question about that. There was even some debate in chat whether or not that what they did was illegal or legal, and it kind of went on. But apparently, the powers that be determined that it was an illegal pass, and so they were penalized. And getting put to the end of this grid is pretty much a day wrecker. You don't, I mean, you're doing good if you get back up to, say, the top 15 from the back of one of these, because they're all good drivers and it's a big field.
Yeah, it certainly is once again. And still in this race. Glad to say that most of the drivers who pitted on lap number 1 are still in the race. Stefan Dodder, unfortunately, and Clark Williams have retired, but other than that, everybody else is still in, which is good. Brad Fulliger still second, 2.5 seconds off the lead, but the battles are further behind. And Nicholas Rasmussen, oh no, trouble for Heppel, and in front of Rasmussen. Off goes Hoteler, spinning down the corkscrew, and Rasmussen goes straight into him. He might have damage there, Rasmussen, now. He initially had the front wing coming off there, but that might have just been the internet, to be honest. Or has he still got the front wing off? Hoteler's got a meatball, so the contact was severe, and Rasmussen's coming in as well here, so his run back through the field has been more complicated now by this pit stop.
Well, I will say it helped Simone Fessy make up a couple of spots real fast there. He's back up to 20th place already. That's pretty good considering the little incident he got caught up behind earlier. Yeah. Our leader out there to almost a 3-second lead already.
Yeah, so Annette is flying again. I mean, 4 in a row it would be if he were to hold on from here. Nagler would lose his championship lead. He needs to get past Jimenez if he wants to keep them tied, but I mean, yeah, Annette's going to go and take that on countback anyway, because he'll have 6 wins if he carries on like this. And you know, it's the momentum really. Even if Nagler comes through and somehow finishes second in this race, right, it's the momentum, isn't it, that Annette has got in this championship at the moment. Just winning week after week after week is very, very difficult to respond to when you're Nagler and you're trying to hold on and preserve a championship lead like he is here.
Yeah, I would say momentum might still be the understatement of the year. He is definitely on a roll, man. I mean, it's almost literally when he shows up, he wins. I mean, it's quite impressive. He is, on paper, he doesn't seem to be that much faster. But, man, when the race starts, he's just gone.
Yeah, absolutely gone. And it's now 3.5 seconds after only 7 laps, so average that out, it's about half a second a lap, and that's what he took exactly pretty much from Fulliger last time round. Here comes Patel on Ben Goyette up over the top of the hill here into the corkscrew. He's on the outside line, Patel, but he is putting on a masterclass here as to how to come back through the field after adversity. I mean, he was right with Rasmussen as they regained the track surface again after their contact earlier on. But Patel has made positions quickly and efficiently throughout the day. Rasmussen hasn't been able to. He's got caught up in an incident. It is now outside the top 20. That's the contrast here. Patel still pushing on for a good result, it looks like, at the end of this.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt he's going to end up with a pretty decent result. Certainly not what he was looking for. Earlier in the year, Patel was battling for for win. When he had that incident, I don't remember exactly what race it was in, but he was actually beating Johan Annette on track and was looking to be someone who was potentially going to win a race with Johan Annette in the field, and ultimately that didn't happen. So I think he, and certainly we have been expecting him to find his place in his rhythm this year somewhere, and maybe sneak up and win one of these races. He's definitely shown the pace to do so.
Yeah, and it's only a matter of time, you'd imagine, before that moment arrives. At some point, maybe this season, maybe at some point in the future. That's got is it Taylor? Is it Tatsky there? I think going for for a spin there through the final turn. It's a half spin in the end. Taylor, one who actually makes a place. Fields and LeMay also do as well. So Tatsky ends up from the front of this group to the back after a bit of a slide through the final turn there, coming on to the end of another lap already, by the way, a quarter of the way through what is a race that's being ticked off very, very quickly at the moment. 38 laps around here tonight because of the shortness of Laguna Seca, but they tick them off very, very quickly around here. And at the moment, Johan Annette is continuing to extend the lead. Nagler is gaining places steadily, has at least got back to 4th. Now he's attacking Jimenez for 3rd place. This would tie up the championship with Annette if indeed he were to finish 3rd from this position, Nagler.
Yes, but quite far back in the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So I don't know that he can catch up in the tiebreaker. There's not enough rounds left for that. So, but yeah, but Nagler has really truly been the picture of consistency season. Fantastic. I mean, just week in and week out, he's there. And, I don't hesitate to think that by the end of this race, he's going to be right there again,
Yeah. I mean, one race he wasn't here for at Sebring, and one off day, only one at Road America, where he finished down in 28th. But other than that, he's been in the top 4 every time, which is, it would extend to 7 races if indeed that continues here. And indeed only 4th once, so in the top 3 on most of those occasions. It's been a very remarkable season, but even that sort of consistency is not getting you a title at the moment. That's how competitive this league is, especially when you get to the top end of town. Scott Taylor at the front of this battle for 9th. Tachi is now at the back of it, but look who's now joined it, in fact, at the very back. Chris Patel is now in here as well. And given the way he's been coming through the field earlier, you just think we are about to see a lesson in efficient overtaking, because that's what we've seen so far from Patel.
Did you see him close up there on the back of Tasky to the corkscrew? Holy cow, he made up like 4 or 5 car lengths right there.
It's quite a braking zone. You're actually thinking about the drop so much down the other side, but actually the braking zone there as you're twisting and turning over the top of the hill there through what is denoted as turn 7, even though it's not especially a turn. You really can close up, and as you see there, in towards the hairpin at the opening part of the lap. So Tashi is not quite being brought in close enough by Patel just yet. Paul LeMay is the one just in front who's under the most pressure at the moment, and Tashi, I suppose, is feeling the pressure because he's actually going on up ahead now and putting the pressure onto Paul LeMay. So there's a knock-on effect happening at the moment as Patel puts the pressure on Tashi. Oh, he goes wide though and releases that just a little bit. Tashi nevertheless is going to put the pressure on Paul LeMay here.
Yeah, Patel had a little slip there, but, and this is going to be a big assumption on my part, but if he gets by this pack of cars, and I'm only saying that because his qualifying pace was obviously faster than these guys to start with. If he gets past this group of cars, he's going to be all the way back up into 8th place or 9th place. That's a pretty impressive recovery given what happened. But that is still a big assumption because these are all extremely fast and tough guys to pass right here. This is, this isn't your 25th place running type cars. This is the upper end of the field for sure.
Yeah, it is. This is sort of where the close battles are really. Further down the field, it's a lot more spread out at the moment. Max Giacchino only just clear of this group, by the way. Scott Taylor is not that far behind the Italian now either through the middle part of this race, approaching 1/3 distance here in this one. And
we've lost.
He's just blinking there.
He blinking?
Patel, yeah, he is.
Oh my
quite
goodness.
Badly actually, very badly.
Holy cow!
See him only 1 second in every 5 at the moment, which is not ideal.
That's
really
not good. That's the kind of blink in there that'll get you pulled off the server.
Yeah.
Wow. Man.
I'm amazed he's still connected.
Yeah,
really,
me too. Actually, I always say this too. I hate nothing more than a technical problem to mess up somebody's race. If you get passed on the track, even if you get crashed on the track, at least it happened on the track. An equipment failure or an internet issue, man, those are just the worst.
Yeah, no, it's true. And at the moment, and there he goes. I think he's gone. Oh, he's back again. Well, yeah, this is going to. Oh, and Tachi meantime goes down the inside of LeMay. That was close as he tried to get down the inside of the hairpin there. He had a look, the first proper look really, and just as he did that, Patel has gotten back into sort of this realm again, and he's now in this group definitely because Tachi just knocked back a little bit by that attempt on Paul LeMay, and now Chris Patel is absolutely there, and hopefully his thing just stables out here in the next couple of moments because he's about to be involved in the biggest group in the field.
Yeah, and there's also, I will say this, there is nothing worse than trying to pass somebody who is blinking because you just don't know, and you just so fearful of them appearing on top of your car and causing a crash, and it's almost like a bit of an advantage, from the sense that people aren't as daring. Well, they all bunched up right there, coming onto the straightaway here. Now, see, coming down into the Andretti hairpin here is going to be a great opportunity for Tasky here. I think this is going to be a shot right here.
Into turn one. Tashi on the inside of LeMay, and he's through.
Patel's coming too.
He is coming at the moment.
No,
Patel, he's on the outside for the next two right-handers, which is going to be a problem. Tashi was there or thereabouts last lap, of course, but he just wasn't anywhere near close enough, and so now he is close enough, and he has gone through. Can Patel be efficient and make his way through on LeMay very, very quickly here for 12th? I'm not entirely sure. And to be fair, as Patel goes up the field, the more difficult the overtakes are going to get as the drivers get better here. As drivers are throwing themselves off the road, trying to stay out of the way of this group. We saw it out of turn 3. We see it again towards the fast left-hander. There's another one on the run to the corkscrew. A good job for everybody, to be fair, staying out of the way, but there's a lot of cars that just appeared to be stopped. They appeared in the end just to be slowing down to let this big group through.
Well, this is a big group, and we're focusing on it because it's by far the best battle on the track, as you can see by the timing of scoring tower. But, I mean, we have literally got, 5 cars here right on top of each other. Oh, here comes Patel. Going to try to do, blinked again.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
And that might be the start of, this is very difficult for LeMay now. You wouldn't like to be in his position here.
Horrible.
Oh, he's trying to give space to a car that's not there. And now Patel's going to be through, but it's not going to appear again for a while. I mean, amazing that Patel is still in the server. LeMay is just going to have to let that one go.
Again,
and now he knows that Patel's in front of him. He can actually start to push on again.
Yes.
But so unnerving when you're in LeMay's position there.
Horrible. I mean, literally the worst. And what it's going to do is it's going to cost LeMay time to the rest of the field in front, because he gets so timid of wrecking. I mean, Patel's off more than it looks like. LeMay got back by him again. Oh, I don't know. This is a hot mess here. To be honest, I'm shocked that that iRacing hasn't punted him yet. This is as bad as I've ever seen.
This is difficult to see, and I'm sure difficult for Paul LeMay rather. That's Michael LeMay's his brother. Paul LeMay to deal with at the moment. Well, further up front, these 3 have been able to get clear, these 4 rather, because they caught Max Giacchino as well. I'll say that, it is still about a second, but Scott Taylor is doing a good job at the moment of just alleviating that pressure by catching somebody else effectively. Fields with a personal best that time round, and so he's close in behind Taylor here for 9th position. And then you've got Tashi next in line, and Patel is dropped behind LeMay. He seems to be back in the server again, but dropped back behind Paul LeMay again. So, well, it's he can't quite decide where he is at the moment, not in the server nor in the order at the moment, Cam Patel. And so these 3 have gotten clear of that now, and that's probably for the best. There's
no way that blinking as bad as he's blinking is not affecting him too.
Yeah.
I mean, the minor blinks in and out, maybe you don't notice it yourself, but something as bad as that's been, that's got to be affecting him, which is quite unfortunate for him as well. It's not his fault that, wherever his, and he's in the United States, to be fair. I mean, we have, in the world, probably one of the stronger internet networks around this country as anywhere in the world. But yeah, it's tough. See though, this is what we're gonna do here. Oh, kind of looks like almost like Paul let him go there. I don't think LeMay wants anything to do with him, to be honest with you. Looks like we had a crash with Richard Van Veen, or an off track or something. Let's go see what happened to him real quick. Oh,
what
final turn off. Yep. God, I've done that a couple of 100 times. That ain't no lie. That's a tough one right there.
Just a little bit on the gravel there, just a dipped wheel. And
this is really not good. Max Bartolotta.
Okay.
This turn right here is one of the toughest turns on the track. People don't realize it, but
oh wow!
Right there.
Oh, and he was clipped there by somebody.
Did he hit him?
It's through turn 6. I think he was clipped there by somebody, but
that would have been,
whoever it was got away with it. Bertolotta has not got away with that contact. That is
not
heavy. He can't go any further.
That'd have been good.
But wow. So was it Giacchino?
Yeah.
It was a bit further up than he was, but
yeah.
might have been Tony Jimenez, if I were to guess. Maybe.
Yeah, it could have been. I don't know. I don't see anything.
No.
Couldn't have been Nogler, though. No, it wouldn't have been Nogler. No, Nogler was ahead of it.
I think, it was such a small bit of contact that in terms of how long it lasted and so on, it might not have registered or whatever. But maybe it was just
really close,
an invention in my mind a bit. But anyway,
Bertolotta, creative. That's creative broadcasting.
Certainly got the damage, and that's the end of that for him. Unfortunately, Cornu in front of Mackenzie now for 15th position. So overtake made there as well. There's a lot of overtakes happening through the field. None of them happening in the top 3 at the moment.
No, it's pretty
in third
clean up
and
there.
Comfortably so. But further back there is plenty going on here at the moment.
Yeah, this is Stu Milne. These two were actually just a second ago having a heck of a battle, but they've kind of separated here right as I clicked on them. Bessie and Caruso, I guess.
Yep, this is the drive through the field from Simon Fessi in this race after being banned from qualifying earlier. Yeah, up to 17th now. Where did he officially start? Oh, in 34th, so he's exactly halfway to the lead. I don't think he's going to get all the way there, although he has done the first half of the field in the first half of the race. As we're about to complete that now.
And let's not forget that he had to come to a complete stop because of that incident that occurred in the final turn in front of him. So, good recovery, really. Go back up here and check out our little battle. It's kind of fizzled out a little bit. We've got, obviously, Taylor and Fields and Paskey here, but Patel has kind of slipped off this a little bit. I'm guessing that those internet issues might have gotten to him a little bit, and I don't know. He just doesn't seem to have the pace that he had earlier. He was, just seemed like a rocket ship there for a while.
Yeah, I do wonder how the internet troubles are affecting Krish Patel at the moment, to be honest, given the severity of it earlier. Still running in 11th, has left Pulley behind very, very nicely, but
he has.
Still a few up the road here for him to catch up to.
And that's no small task because Paul LeMay's fast,
yeah.
To drop 5 seconds, 6 seconds on him that quick is pretty impressive. Unless Paul might have had a little wiggle or something that crossed him behind.
I'm a little bit suspicious of that at the moment. I suspect there might have been an incident in there, or maybe it has just all gone in one go. But this is very busy here. Max Giacchino has just gotten through on a bit of lap traffic there, and then they've got Taylor, Fields, Tachi and Patel all in a line. This is all very, very close with one another here in this group, and Taylor is under pressure while also trying to put an attack on into the corkscrew. There's a look down the inside from Taylor there. Lapped cars in front for them to deal with into the corkscrew.
Ooh, that's not a place you want to catch lap traffic going through there, but because it can really hold you up. Not to mention cause you massive grief. Look at this. Oh, I thought he was going to make a move there, Tasky. Yeah, you can believe one. Oh, Patel is right back up on him now all of a sudden. Golly, he caught up quick.
Yeah, he did. And look at this. Dicing through traffic left and right into the hairpin. They've all got it done in one go here. So thankfully, at least they're all through. But this is quite a group here. Patel on the back of it, and his progress has slowed, but you'd fancy him to get up to 8th place here and pass these guys at some stage, just a case of when. Tatsi's also looking good here as he gets to the back of Field now, outside of turn 5, into the left-hander and goes right round the outside there. Tatsi straight through, and Fields on the inside looked helpless to stop him. Tatsi will get through. Will he be clear in time for turn 6? He will be. Fields then is on a narrow line, and here comes Patel up the other side of the hill.
Yeah, Patel's coming, it looks like, for sure. Going into the corkscrew here as we ride with Patel. I love that. That's my favorite turn in all of auto racing right there.
Indeed. It's another chance for Patel into the final corner, maybe, not quite. And the gaps ahead just opening slightly. Field slightly wide there, though. And Patel's going to get a better exit. And here he comes now to the inside line. Going to be relatively narrow. And onto the inside line. Surely this is going to be a top 10 for Chris Patel as he works his way down through. Chris Patel is into 10th position. Finally into the top 10. It has been a long time coming for him.
Yeah, well done, though. I mean, he's even battling. I mean, I have to say a bit of luck that internet has held out for him and that iRacing decided to leave him in the server. I know with my luck, I'd have been kicked for sure with that kind of blinking. But yeah, he's holding on. He's doing a good job, and he lost there's a little ground between him and Tasky, but we've already seen numerous times that he can make that right up as as he has in the past. So
through the back end of the lap here, Cucino suddenly is well clear in 7th position now of the rest of the field and towards the final turn. Taylor will be wary that Tashi has made up quite a few places in the race. I mean, hasn't been particularly. I wasn't expecting him to make all these positions, to be honest. It was just a case of striking, really, when he could. He got past LeMay. It's sort of pretty much after not really particularly threatening for a while. He's done the same to Fields as well.
Take a look at some of the biggest movers so far in the race. Look at Fessy. I mean, not a surprise. He's a front pack guy for sure. So, but still 17 spots. This race is flying by. Holy cow, man.
Yeah.
Golly, this thing's going to be over in 15 minutes or something. Stu Milne, nice run. Up 7 spots to 24th. Obviously, Scott Taylor here into your top 10 and 8th place currently running, up 5 spots. Max Cucino, same. And Caruso was the same when I pulled this graphic up, but I believe that Caruso has had an issue.
It looks like it. Slowing into turn. Oh, is he? No. Into turn 1. He's a bit wide, and there you go. He goes for a spin. So wasn't slow indeed. On the way towards turn 1 was just a bit wide and going for a spin to the outside of the corner. So that's why he drops down the field just a little bit. Taylor now clear in 8th place as Patel gets past Tashi. So into 9th position. Patel is in front of Tashi, and maybe we'll be able to get to Taylor as well. I mean, we're about 2/3 of the way through this race, so it's not too far now for Patel to get through. There's not too long left, though, so he might not be able to get too many more places. Just looked like his exit was better, to be honest, there.
Yeah. I mean, he had him cleared long before the braking zone there, so yeah, he clearly got a really nice exit, which he seems to have been focusing on. He hasn't really tried to make any passes in the final turn leading onto that straightaway. It seems like he's been focusing on the exit and to get the run down into turn 1. As we go back live here, Brad Fulliger seems to have just had an incident. I hate to see that for him.
That's a shame from second.
There it is, same one.
Oh, and he caught the wall.
Yeah.
So Nagler moves
nice
up to
spin.
second. Well, that was quite well done, but he's already dropped to 6th place. So it's close in that part of the field, and that small mistake, really, when you think about it, has cost him quite a few positions in the end here. Nagler up to second, though. He'll keep the championship lead, by the way. Still, even despite 4 in a row for Annette. That would be an amazing result for Nagler if he can keep this.
Thought it was going to be worse than it was there, but no, it's all right. Just off track, no big deal. Yeah, you got to give him credit. What a year he's having too. And the thing is, Annette is just so dominating right now that it's kind of just just kind of overshadowing Nagler's year. But I mean, if it wasn't for Patel's insane year, Nagler would be having an amazing year.
Yeah. It is remarkable how that can sort of happen in the same season, that these two can be on such the same run. But yeah, that's the way this season has gone. It's been pretty remarkable as far as that is concerned, as we get 13 laps to go for these leaders over the line. Taylor only just in front of Patel here. Gicino now behind them, giving Patel one more opportunity to get up into 7th position here, and he might well take it. Taylor moved personal best last time round. He's not keeping Patel too far away. He's going to have to put a big defence in to the finish of this race.
Yeah, he actually was a little quicker on the last lap than Patel, but I think overall, obviously Patel is closing on him here. You know, I mean, there's Patel. Oh, somebody was way off the track back there. I don't. That was Justin Fields, maybe, or somebody ran really wide though. Tell you what, though, Dasky's not giving up on Patel, though. You know, it's kind of one of those incidents where you thought Chris was going to walk away from him, but not necessarily.
Yeah. Well, there's still 12 laps to figure this one out. Not only the battle for 3rd place, but also for 7th here as well. These are the last groups really to figure out here. Fessy maybe with a chance to get one place from John McKenzie back there in 16th position, but that's a bit further down the field at the moment.
Hey, what, man? Mehmet here is he's just not relinquishing that spot. He's gonna make another run at Patel here. It looks like he's starting to show him his nose, and you know, so I think he's got I think he's planning one more. We'll see if he tries to do something here at the as we come around heading towards the corkscrew.
Yeah, well, let's see if he tries to pick up the pieces. I think his best call probably is going to be to stay behind here and see what happens between Patel and Taylor, and try and pick up the pieces here of whoever bounces off the other, because it is going to be an attempt from Patel before the finish, and maybe even now into the final turn. He's only 2 tenths behind in towards the final turn. He's not going to get there.
No, I think he's saving it again, just like we talked about last lap. I think he's saving it for the Andretti hairpin down here. That seems to be his preferred passing zone, and here he goes. He's going to try to do it around the outside this time. It's a little tougher there.
Oh, and wow, getting very close to contact with Taylor just up in front. Had to have a couple of goes at that, turning in to the left-hander, and in the end turned back out of it again and got on his way. Good clip of the curves on the inside line. Taylor keeps his 7th position for now, but Patel's going to have so many more opportunities to have a go. I mean, there's 10 laps still remaining here.
He's going to have 10 more chances. Turn one there. I mean, that seems to be his choice of passing zones. Oh, look at this. He's going to do it coming into the corkscrew. Oh, can he get this done?
Wow.
Oh, he did. He got it done through the corkscrew. I talked about that. Oh,
not quite done.
Maybe not.
He's on the outside. Still there, and Tatsi's going to try and follow Taylor through. That's exactly the way to play it. Knowing that one of the two was going to be beaten by the other, he capitalises, and Taylor is put behind Mehmet Tatsi as well, to 8th position for Tatsi, and Taylor loses 2 places on that lap there. Great overtake from Patel, and great opportunistic driving from Tatsi there as well.
Wow, through the corkscrew, got it done. We talked about that pre-race. You know, I talked about Indy cars passing side by side through the corkscrew. You don't think about that as a place that you can pass, but you clearly can. I really want to go back and see that again, maybe from the chopper angle. Let's see what that looks like.
A spectacular pass on the outside. Gave a lot of room to Taylor, to be fair. Did Patel. Yeah. Perhaps too much, you could say. If the overtake didn't work, that may be what the criticism you'd give, but in the end, it was just well judged.
Right here by Mehmet Tatsi. Look at that, man. Just snuck it right in there. That was, well, an opportunity well seized right there.
Yeah, it was only a half chance, really. He had to be aggressive and quick with it, but he was down the inside and straight through into 8th place. So he's not going to be able to keep up with Patel now, but at least he's got Taylor behind and might be able to hold him off for the remainder of this race. Patel now's got 12 seconds up to Fulliger. So I think we can say it's been a well recovered, really, as Fields spins out the final turn.
Oh, that was Fields. Oh, what a nice run he was having, too, and they're just freight training by him here. Look at this. He's dropping straight down. Oh, and then he's did not do the well executed Brad full. Oh, Patel's back on his blinking trip again.
Oh dear.
Oh my word. You just have this feeling that it's just going to get ruined by this internet connection. Another fabulous run by him, only to, I don't want to click on him because if I click on him, it'll just keep sending me on another camera angle. The way my software works is every time the guy blinks, it kicks me off of him. So just look at him this way.
Yeah, I think he's. We'll just have to hope. We'll just have to leave him to it and hope that he stays there. I think. Battle for 3rd place, getting closer again for Yunus Amal and Tony Jimenez at the moment. Jimenez is currently 4th place, tied with Fulliger in the championship. They're going to get ahead of Bartolotta, I think, today, but Jimenez is going to also get in front of Fulliger because of his spin at the final corner earlier on. But Yunus Amal looking to take a podium away right at the end as well.
Chris is gone.
Oh, he got a meatball.
Oh, he wrecked.
He must have had it, yeah. And you mentioned earlier about the fact it must be distracting for him as well. He must have spun out the final turn here, or is the... it's impossible to know whether there would have been netcode contact there because of all that, or whether he spun there on his own. But the fact is, he's got a meatball and he's just rejoined without being collected there.
Oh man, there's no way. I don't know how in the world we can. I don't think we can see what actually happened to him there. No.
No chance.
Just the internet issues. But again, you got to believe that was one way or another related to that horrible internet situation that he had going on there. Yeah, Yunus Amal is all over Jimenez here. Wow, man, golly. Patel has had some bad luck this season.
He certainly has. There's no question about that. And fortunately, looks like it's continued on here today as his recovery drive is essentially going to be for nothing in the end. 6 laps to go when they get to the line. Annette leads by nearly 15 seconds out at the front. Then Nagler. Then this battle for 3rd position, which is signs of life towards the end. But Amal's got to get a lot closer than this, and he's got to get on with it as well because he is still. He's
got company. You know?
Yeah, and he's got Ridgway behind, but also he is running out of laps here.
Yes, they are. I tell you what, you weren't kidding, man. When you said earlier in the race, this thing's flying by. We're down to 5 laps to go.
Yeah. Well, the laps get ticked off very, very quickly around here, even if it is 38. The lap times are in the 1-minute 12s. Annette's best lap, 12.4. Nagler, personal best last time round, 12.5. They do go round very, very quickly. And a personal best from Jimenez as well. Puts him 3 tenths in front of Amal. And Ridgway catches Amal by 3 tenths as well.
Yeah, Ridgway's on a good run here. But, you know, I mean, obviously, Yunus Amal is having a nice run. He seems really strong right now. I don't know if he's going to catch Jimenez or not. And a great run out of our defending champion here. You know, this hasn't been the brightest season for him so far, but it is a very solid run today.
Yeah, and he's going to get back to 3rd in the championship if he, well, even if he loses his place, actually. He just needs to worry about finishing in front of Brad Fulliger for that, but he'll try and get as many points as possible. With the 2 leaders going the way they are, I don't think he is going to retain his title, unfortunately, Jimenez, but it is a consistent run from him again this season. Ewan and Goyet are fighting for 11th place as well. Ewan's caught up very, very quickly here to Goyet. And yeah, this is a much quicker developing battle than that one even for 3rd place.
Yeah, it looked like it was something was about to happen. The gap closed pretty quickly there. It's kind of settled in now, though. But Yeah, nice little battle here as we're heading towards the last few laps, and obviously every spot matters. So Goyette here is not a good solid run though. This is a good run for Ben. The Canadian here turning in a good run today. Modern Racing
certainly.
Prince Grand Prix. Speaking of teams, so let's take a look at a couple of our teams out there today, see how they're doing. We'll obviously we've got Nagler here running in second. Let's pull up the
I was going to say
Scott Taylor right there. They're both obviously only one counts, but they're both having a great day though.
I was going to say a Nets team, obviously, well, not obviously, but they are a lot further down the championship in sixth. So Nagler being in second place is good news for the championship for RS Elite, because they'll be leading now ahead of, they're getting an extra point over RS Works, headed by Tony Jimenez, who is in third position and will be 1 point further behind. So Elite will get just 6 points in front of Works, and then Fulliger and Patel's team at the Apex, they'll be a little bit further back as well, but only by a few more points as well. The gap will only go to about 14 points.
Eunice Amel's team will come on the bottom of there by his car. Will I crash tonight for sure?
Yeah.
Oh, creative, interesting stuff, yeah. Ridgeway here. Obviously Jimenez is, again, strong team there, man. I mean, and one fails, the other one's there to back them up.
Yeah, indeed. That's what you want from a team in a point system like this, where, as you say, only the top one counts. Got to make sure that that there is a backup if indeed the first one goes wrong. Max Bartolotta's all the way back here. He's going to lose his third place in the championship if this continues on here. I believe his drop round at the moment is a 0 point score on both counts, so he cannot drop a score. He has got to get every point he can, and at the moment he'd be losing 20 to Tony Jimenez. This to make it just 19 points lost, and he fires down the inside of Adam Townsma. That's a very narrow line though, and Townsma's going to get a good exit and onto the pit straight. He's going to come roaring straight back past again in towards turn number one. Townsma here is going to get back through, you'd imagine. And, well, no, not quite as simple as that. Bartolotta around the outside again. And can he get himself through here? It looks like it. Bartolotta inside for the next two turns. Surely now he'll get into 22nd, and indeed he does.
I think that was Mark Heppel off the track there. Yeah, I believe that was him. Seems to be a single car incident. We'll just take a look at it here up toward the front. Oh?
Just letting people through, looks like.
Yeah, but that was him sitting off the side of the track there, yeah. I'm not really sure what happened there.
Just getting out the way very aggressively there.
Oh, we're here, man. Look at this. We're on lap 37 right now.
Yeah, penultimate lap. Jimenez holding on. Annette continuing to extend his lead out front. Amal and Ridgeway running out of time. I've only got 2.5 minutes here, if you think about it. I know it's 2 laps, but that's only 2.5 minutes around this circuit to actually make a move. And to be honest, Amal doesn't really look like he's been getting close enough at all throughout this run to actually get this position anyway.
No, Jimenez has definitely done a good job once they got there within that about half second. He seems to have maintained that and kept them all at bay, and as well Robert Ridgeway. They've all kind of just seemed to gap out there at about a half a second. I'd be curious to talk to one of the drivers at some point and find out how much the dirty air affects these cars. As you get within a half to a quarter of a second behind somebody, the dirty air coming off the car in front, affecting the downforce on the front end of your car. Obviously a ton has been made about that in Formula One with the recent changes to kind of prevent that. Yeah, it will be interesting to find out. On to the final lap for Annette, by the way. And just as this race draws to a close, Chris Patel has popped himself into YouTube chat to say that very distracting internet. I wonder whether that's for himself or everybody else or both. No, I'm sure that had to be himself.
I suspect so as well.
Because he apologized, yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. It's a shame for Patel, who was running towards the front earlier. Yeah. Well,
I mean, you certainly wouldn't want to jump away from the leader here for a second. Just heating up a little bit right here. We'll see.
He's not close enough this
No,
time, Ridgway. And it looks like Jimenez is in the clear as well. But into the final corner, Jan Annette is going to be taking yet another victory here. 6 wins this season.
Ooh.
And, dearie me, out of the final turn he goes, and Jan Annette wins again. It's 4 in a row from Jan Annette. A brilliant season he is having. Nagler, and side by side. Oh no, the contact! Ridgway and Amal go spearing off the circuit down into the final sector of the race. Amal's out,
gosh.
and Ridgway is limping to the finish here. Fulliger's going to get to 4th, and that is a lifeline for him. Fulliger will get past Ridgway, I'm sure. He's dragging himself to the line here as Robert Ridgway. He's not going to lose any further than that, though. Amal disappears straight away. He's gone. But Fulliger gets to 4th, a dramatic last lap crash.
Oh, my goodness. We got to go back and look at that. Holy cow. Oh, man. Talk about drama, huh?
Yeah, well, that was absolutely spectacular. Ridgway ends up with the top 5 in the end. Amal will drop to 17th. Oh, he's nearly found his way out the racetrack, has Ridgway. But, wow, what a spectacular crash that is coming into the final course.
I think, gosh.
Well, Al's just gone straight away. I think it's just towed straight away as soon as possible. Not
that
pleased,
like
I think.
that was more of a frustration tow there, I think.
Yeah.
Angle. Oh, nice. Man.
To be fair, I don't know. I think Ridgway is alongside, but is he far enough alongside? I suppose
that's what I'm trying to figure out. You know, what trying to find an angle that works for this.
He's got a nose in there, but there'll be arguments about.
Oh yeah, we'll leave that one up to stewarding.
Who's at fault for that?
Wow. Okay.
But, wow.
See if we've got results yet. Yeah, we do. All right. Let's see what we got. Wow, that was kind of unexpected.
Yeah, an unexpected finish for sure, but not for Jan Annette. He wins by 20 seconds once again in front of Nick Nagler. And Tony Jimenez ended up with his podium, but it was behind where the drama was. Brad Fulliger getting to 4th in the end, ended up Robert Ridgway. And Mehmet Eritachi ends up in 6th place in the end of all of that. Scott Taylor, Paul LeMay, Max Giacchino and Ben Goyette round out the top 10. 11th for Simon Festies in front of Ewan and Cornu. All compatriots there, by the way. Justin Fields down to 14th after a late spin with John McKenzie 15th. Nicholas Rasmussen 16th, and Yunus Amal dropped to 17th after towing on that last lap. Marcelo Caruso was 1 lap down, as was Gregor Schotteler, Richard Van Veen, Adam Townsmith, Stuart Milne, Max Bartolotta, Eddie Amos, Paul Gistelli. Lots of them tonight. Matthew Gracie carried on and did get points because he finished 3 laps down along with Filippo Chiesi. I don't believe anybody else will score points. So Mark Keppel, Chris Patel, Giovanni Solito, Scott Edwards, Donald Cowcutt, Philip Lucas, Dorian Arroyo, Mark Shotlov, Stefan Dodderer and Clark Williams will all fail to score any points because they were not classified at the end of tonight's race. Well, drama at the end, and quite a lot of drama on the way through, to be honest. Lots of battling anyway here from a Laguna Seca race, which did deliver in the end in terms of battles, but at the front of the field, delivered another Jan Annette victory. 4 in a row now for him. What an extraordinary run he is on.
Yeah, I mean, what else can you say? I mean, it's insane. To me, honestly, when I sit back and look at this, the fact that Nick Nagler is still going to have the points lead behind a guy that has won as many races as Johan Annette has. That's really kind of incredible if you think about it. You know, you would just think that Annette would, but again, that's a product of this point system too. You know, I mean, it really kind of lends itself to a guy like Nagler who is doing the consistency thing. You know, although I have to say Annette's been pretty consistent too at winning, but
yeah.
You know, but no, I mean, it's the way this system is set up, you know, I mean, it's allowing Nagler to stay there and he's earning that spot, you know. It rewarded Jimenez last year in kind of the similar situation, and if Annette happens to miss another race, which he does occasionally, and Nagla throws up another one of these first or second place type situations, he could, in theory, not close the championship out, but, put enough of a space in there that the way he finishes that he could win the championship.
Yeah, you just never know. As you say, Tony Jimenez won the championship last season with lots of consistency, but the level in terms of consistency and performance has been stepped up, it feels, in this season of the championship between Annette and Nagla. Both of them, extraordinary runs that they are having. In that run of 4 race wins in a row for the Annette, by the way, Nagla's got 4 seconds in a row.
Exactly.
So it's just been an extraordinary season from the both of them. Next week, we'll be a round closer, of course, to figure out who's going to be champion. It's at the Miami International Autodrome for round 10. So make sure you join us for that. It's going to be a very, very exciting one here on the JPB YouTube channel.
That's going to be a mess. Have you called a race from there yet this season?
I have done a couple of races in the Super Formula Lights as well, actually. I've done races at
I tell you,
Miami.
It's a tough track. It's pretty tight. I didn't realize how tight that place was. Even for Super Formula Light cars, it's still relatively tight track,
Yeah, it definitely is. So make sure you join us next week. Same time, same place for that. Because it will be the third last round of the championship, and who knows who is going to win it from here between Annette and Nagla, or maybe even somebody else, although that feels increasingly unlikely as the weeks go by. I've been Ewan O'Leary alongside Jim Cunningham, and we'll be back in 7 days' time, same place here on the JPB YouTube channel for the iGPFun Super Formula Lights League return, round 10 from Miami. Hope to see you then, but from all of us from Laguna Seca for now, it's goodbye.